living in 6226 Maplewood Court. This lady just presented to you has been going on for many years. Vandalism. The city keeps repeatedly fixing up, painting, and doing all kinds of work. From the recreation department, which we do not have. We have volunteers that come in and help. There are people here at the city that helps. And the children are not helping. Some of our children are very destructive. Several days ago, we had a nice little fight under the light at Mayville and Libby. And it was the second fight in 2 days. Destructive, they had nothing to do but enjoy themselves in beating each other up. The police had to break up. They were there within 10 seconds. 2 fellas beat up on a third fella on the ground, kicking, punching. This was what goes on during our school days. What's going to happen during the summer? We do not have boys and girls club. We should have. We should have a recreation center. The city doesn't have the money to do such a thing, but we do have some recreation facilities at the schools. High school, junior high, and the elementary schools. How about some of you young ladies and gentlemen participating and volunteering and guiding those children at these centers? Give us the children to do what they can by your leadership during the summer. I know there's quite a few. In fact, this gentleman that's coming up next is a very big asset to this. I'll sit down and let him speak.
Aaron Mitchell, 20100 McCracken Road. Great job, first off. I see my man at the corner on Warrensville, ushering the kids across the street often, and he does a great job, so thank you. I just want to say, today was outstanding. I love this, to be honest with you. I want to say great job to everybody, because this was very inspiring today. I don't know about everybody else, but I definitely need to see this and feel this, because it just feels different in the air for everyone. And hopefully, we stay course. Outstanding report, Chief. Outstanding report. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully, we can get there.
No, I'm sorry.
I forgot one last thing. I just wanted to welcome a new business to our neighborhood.
We'd like to move on to the legislation, please.
Ordinance number 2015-21, an ordinance pursuant to sections 5705.19 of the revised code, submitting to the electors of the city of Maple Heights at the November 3rd, 2015 municipal election, the question of an additional 1.3 mil tax levy for 5 years for the purpose of current expenses and general operations of the Maple Heights Senior Center and declaring an emergency.
This resolution is on its 3rd reading. Is there any discussion? Go ahead, Councilman Adams.
I just urge and thank council for bringing this forward and hope you vote for it. As the residents knows, we need this senior center and the services that it provides. I thank Linda for all she's done, looking for donations, time spent, cutting her wages, and so forth, to keep it all. I just hope the residents of Maple Heights sees this need, and at this time, vote and support us on this tax levy. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Any further discussion, please?
Madam Chair?
Go ahead, Councilman Jones, Councilwoman Jones.
I also too hope that this levy will pass because this levy is a start. And by keeping this building open, it opens the doors to future potential that we could have and we could use for this building. Possibly trying to get other grants for either art classes or something we could do like a computer lab or something we could do for the kids. So we have to take little baby steps. And I think there's a lot of potential that could happen with keeping the center open, aside from helping residents.
Thank you. I should call the roll for adoption, please. May I have a motion for adoption, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Call the roll for adoption.
Adams,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Safari,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Brownlee,
No.
Jarzanski.
Yes.
Agee, yes. Passed by the vote, 6 yes, 1 no. Ordinance number 2015-27, an ordinance adopting the 2016 tax budget of the city of Maple Heights and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance is on its second reading.
Resolution number 2015-28, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a modified utility agreement with Carter County for the continued maintenance of the city's sewers and to add the maintenance of the water lines in the city of Maple Heights and declaring an emergency with the amendment on the fourth whereas, deleting Cleveland Water Department, inserting Carter County Department of Public Works, and also after the Carter County Department of Public Works, it shall read, to complete pavement repairs for work performed on the city's water transmission and distribution lines located within the city. So this is as amended.
May I have a motion to suspend the rules and place this resolution on its third and final reading?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Call the roll to suspend, please.
Adams,
Yes.
Jones, Safari,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Brownlee,
Yes.
Jarzanski.
Yes.
Agee. Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt the amendment or the changes that were read by our council clerk, please?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Adams,
Yes.
Jones, Safari,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Brownlee,
Yes.
Jarzanski.
Yes.
Agee. Yes.
May I have a motion for adoption, please?
So moved.
And second.
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 Is there any discussion? Would you call the roll for adoption, please?
Adams,
Yes.
Jones, Safari,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Brownlee,
Yes.
Jarzanski.
Yes.
Agee. Yes. Passed by the vote 7-0. Resolution number 2015-29, a resolution authorizing the mayor and the law director to amend the lease contract with SBA Towers 5 LLC for a perpetual easement agreement of a cellular tower site at Dunham Park in the city of Maple Heights and declaring an emergency.
This resolution is on its first reading.
Resolution number 2015-30, a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a contract to provide for the Libby Road ADA accessible curb ramp project in the city of Maple Heights and declaring an emergency.
This resolution is... May I have a motion to withdraw this resolution, please?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Adams,
Yes.
Jones, Safari,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Brownlee,
Yes.
Jarzanski,
Yes.
Agee. Yes. Resolution number 2015-31, a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a contract to provide for the Libby Road ADA accessible curb ramp project in the city of Maple Heights and declaring an emergency.
May I have a motion to suspend the rules and place this resolution on its third and final reading?
So moved.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Mr. Brownlee?
Just as a note, 2015-31, which we're currently considering, is replacing 2015-30, which was just withdrawn.
Thank you. Anything else? Any other discussion? Call the roll to suspend the rules, please.
Adams.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Safrani.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
Yes.
Turjansky.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. May I have a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll for adoption.
Adams.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Safrani.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
Yes.
Turjansky.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes.
Passed by the vote 7-0.
Turn to your expenditure, 2015-45. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Adams.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Safrani.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Brownlee.
Yes.
Turjansky.
Yes.
Agee.
Yes. Thank you, council. We will now move to the mayor's report.
I have no report.
And we'll move farther on to Councilman Adams, District 1.
Thank you. Complain on Marina about scum sticking in a claw of an abandoned home. Called the animal warned and was told he is not allowed on private property without owner's okay. Currently in the process of finding who owns the property. Also, coyote complaints on Carroll Drive. The animal warden was informed. And I thank Councilwoman Tony Jones for helping me find the owners of that home. There's a neighbor dispute on Florence Summers Blassie from power washing their home. Refer them to the building department. We need to work together with our neighbors to continue the high standards of our home. District 1 homes are looking good. Neighbors are proud of our district and are keeping up their properties. So good job, District 1. We'll be starting this summer, street by street block watch meetings soon. Last year, Crook Hill won the Leon bid best block watch. The policeman does a great job with their presentation. And we always have informational handouts about our quality of life. Try to attend and stay tuned for future dates. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Jane for the donation of free dinners. They've been stepping up to plate a few times over here at the senior center. I'd like to thank all the residents for coming out at the Memorial Day parade. I hope we have better participation in the future. Also, I'd like to thank the chief for the great job with the youngsters out at Stanford Park on his report. End of report. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Councilwoman Jones, District 2.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I was not present at the last council meeting. I was in Detroit for a Reclaiming Vacant Properties conference. It's a 3-day conference, and it was very eye-opening. In a way, it pretty much shows how far advanced the city of Cleveland is from a lot of the other municipalities that attended. And hopefully I can bring back some things that we could use here for our city of Maple Heights. July 1st is the beginning of the Summer Crisis Program for assistance on electricity or on your electric bill. And there'll also be air conditioners available. So anybody that has a disconnection notice on their electric bill could either get in touch with possibly Linda, or I could possibly help you because I have a heap office in my office in Cleveland. I want to thank the city for keeping up on the grass maintenance. I think they're doing a decent job. Most of the properties in District 2 have been cut more than a few times, and just driving around the city, I see limited amounts of grass that have never been touched. Next month, I will give an update on the demolition bond, and so stay tuned. You might see some stuff coming down already. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilman Safarani, District 3.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say congratulations to all the students who will be graduating this year. And report. Thank you.
Councilman Jackson, District 4.
Good evening, everybody. Couple of things. One, I heard someone from the audience talk about that they would like to hear the people who are running for mayor to debate, per se. Michelle Rudolph, the president of the Maple Heights Democratic Club, I think has reserved the library for July 14th. For that to happen, she's going to be inviting all the candidates to that. So you might want to keep that date in mind. Two, I want to thank the chief for coming to the community forum. After listening to his report was on community policing. And what makes that so important is the police can't do a really adequate job unless we do our job. And that's when we see something suspicious or that's illegal or anything else, we should report it. That's the only way that they're going to get there. I don't think anywhere, any city has enough police to sit on every corner. So what we have to do is when we see something, we have to make sure we get a hold of them as soon as possible so they could hopefully get there and catch the bad guys. On the community forum, I think it was so good, I want to try to get the chief to put it on again, and next time I'll be trying to get our rest of my council colleagues to coordinate a forum like this so we can let the whole city know about it. Also, I attended a new church Sunday, and I saw the pastor walk in. He got here after Citizens Comments, but I just want to recognize him. Pastor, could you stand? Thank you. His church is on Libby. I'm sorry, what's the address, sir?
It's 18900 Libby Road, the former Maple Heights United Methodist Church.
And I would just like to encourage everybody to attend. And a report.
Thank you. Councilman Bromley, District 5.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Made an announcement the last time, I believe, but again, make another announcement about the 100th anniversary celebration for the city of Maple Heights. The Maple Heights Historical Society on June 14th in the afternoon will be holding a special event to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the city. Back 50 years ago, there was a large celebration organized by residents at the time. It was quite a celebration, multiple days. And they buried a time capsule back in 1965, which will be dug up in about, 10, 11 days from now. And we'll get to see what's inside of it, as well as we'll be burying a new time capsule for future residents who may have such an event like this. It'll be June 14th from noon to 5 p.m. If you want any more information, please feel free to contact me or go to the Maple Heights Historical Society website or Maple Heights News' website. We'll have information there. As well as my wife has been collecting some trivia questions about the city, which over the next 10 days we'll be putting up on our Facebook page for fun, so you can test your trivia knowledge of the city. On Sunday, my wife organized a block watch party, which we had at our house, and we had about the worst weather you could expect for a block watch. But nonetheless, it was a fruitful time spent with some of our neighbors, talking about the particular problems that we're facing. One of the things I find times like this to be most valuable for is to get a snapshot of how people feel. How they feel about their community. Not what they think necessarily about it, but how they feel about it. And just as Ms. Williams said tonight when she came up and shared her feelings, a lot of people feel there's no incentive necessarily to stay. I've heard it a lot from different people, and it's really a sad position to find yourself in. When you live somewhere and you may even have a desire to stay, but you're finding it hard to find that reason to stay. That's just the reality of where we are in Maple Heights. Many of the residents have been here for 20, 30, 40, or even 50 years, and they're asking themselves that question: why should I stay? What is the future outlook? Is it worth it? And they don't find ready answers to those questions, or at least not ready answers that they would like to find. People are talking a lot about not so much the really serious things like violence, but more the community issues relating to quality of life, like my noisy neighbors, or the tall grass, or the peeling paint. Honestly, except for instances like right now when there was a recent shooting, people aren't talking about that every day, about the shootings that occur. They're talking about these smaller issues, which are quality of life issues. And I know that many of us are looking for good answers to those questions. And we want to be able to say, okay, well, we could just do this, right? We could do this, or there will be a system to address this problem. I'll just take this action and it'll be handled. There is a lot of concern about, or questions regarding how to interact with the police, or whether to interact with the police, whether something will be done if a call is made. And I find a lot of people that I talk to don't quite understand how it works, and that causes some of the difficulty. I think, as it kind of came out here earlier tonight, residents, and I would have been one of them at one point in time, kind of assumed that if I notify the police, then the police will come in, take over, they'll take care of it, they won't really need me after that. I've called them, they're going to handle it. But it doesn't quite work like that. Because if it's something where you want to bring charges, then you have to work with the police force and be willing to announce who you are. You can't anonymously bring charges against someone. And those are scary thoughts sometimes for us as neighbors who are having difficulties with other neighbors. And so I would just say that, like I said on Sunday, is to take hope, because there are answers to these questions. We can find answers to these questions. The best place to start is having a resolve on your own part to take maybe the uncomfortable steps necessary. If we start there, I'm sure that we can find the solutions. If we find the willingness to go outside of our comfort zone, the willingness to take a little risk, then we can find the solutions, because there are people just like you who feel the same way. And if we start stepping out, we'll start finding one another, and we won't feel so alone and overwhelmed anymore. I'm sure that we can find the solutions to these problems, because no one is going to do this for us. It's going to require us doing it for ourselves. One last announcement. The food pantry is opening up. The food pantry, that is, with Faith Community Church, which is on Friend Avenue, just north of where we are right now. They will be giving out pre-made bags of non-perishable food. Those will be distributed to qualified residents within the city. You can contact them if you'd like more information. Please look me up, or you can find information under the Community tab on Maple Heights News. With that, I'd like to wish you a very wonderful few weeks of summer until we see each other again, and may God bless you, and may God bless Maple Heights.
Councilman Trojansky, District 6.
Good evening. I just want to recap that this past Saturday I hosted the Team Up to Clean Up, Accumulate Cleanup for District 6. Volunteers helped pick up litter and garbage in the wooded area along Maple Heights Boulevard between Milan and Warrensville Center Road. Girl Scouts troops 75228 and 75220 participated in lending a helping hand in the cleanup as well. The girls did an excellent job. The event was a team effort of the residents volunteering to make a positive difference in our district, and they did a great job. The cleanup was very successful. We picked up quite a bit of trash from the area, as well as a few tires here and there, and I want to thank all the participants for the cleanup on Saturday. The next scheduled event for District 6 will be held on Monday, June 22nd at the Maple Heights Library, Meeting Room 2. It will be a District 6 Community Awareness Meeting for the month of June, and that'll be devoted to a Block Watch program. What is a Block Watch program? How do you start one, and what are the benefits? So if you can make it, I'd like to see you on Monday, June 22nd. And finally, or as a reminder, there will be a Finance Committee meeting on Monday, June 15th, here at the Senior Center at 6:30. And with that, I end my report.
Councilwoman Agee, District 7.
No report.
Just a couple of things from the council president and we'll move on. The farmers market is beginning over at the Lutheran Church, and that is open to everybody. And they do a great job of gathering produce that is reasonable, extremely reasonable. That would be June 27th is going to be their first Saturday, and they will be there until probably the middle of October. And they also have great hot dogs. Hot dogs on the grill and a can of pop for $1. You can't beat that. It's good lunch. And I also need to tell you that there perhaps was a missed opportunity for folks who did not get to hear the chief. It was a very interesting presentation talking about community policing. And also Councilman Jackson had a couple of leaflets that were very, very informative. I took some for neighbors and friends and relatives who, occasionally are stopped for speeding or whatever. It was a great thing what to do when stopped by the police, which is something we should all have in hand. How to act, what to say, what not to say. I had an aunt who would always cry, and that usually worked. What wouldn't work for Chief? Anyway, and our next meeting is going to be July 1st, Wednesday, so enjoy the summer. Hopefully the rain will stay away for a while. Our community garden right now is soup. Soil soup, actually. And at this point, it's 8 o'clock, and this meeting is adjourned.